guess start off with you. Just talk us through that match. Obviously, you'll be pleased with the scoreline or to take the win, but pleasing to be able to put a whole bunch of combinations out there.
Absolutely. Look, we've been working really hard for the past 3 weeks. The girls came off ANZ, we had trials, we had a camp in Wellington and a camp up here leading in. So you get confidence when you work really hard. They got clarity from the gameplay and structures that we were working all week. So it was really good to see those come into fruition.
Must have been quite pleased with the through-court play, obviously, and able to put up 86 shots at goal is pretty impressive in a game.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we've been working on fast breaks and just being able to play advantage, invade the space at pace, and just get it landing in our shooters' hands has just been a joy to watch.
Looking at a match from a coach's perspective, obviously sometimes hard to single out players, but a player like Whitney played a bloody outstanding game out there tonight.
Oh yeah, just to see her use of speed, her timing, the finesse with the ball, the understanding of where to place it for certain people, because she had 4 different shooters she was feeding at some stage of the game. It's lovely to see the progress from somebody like her, and I think it's been a massive team effort. One of the things Knowles and I talked about this playing group is there's a characteristic amongst them which is about serving each other, and that's a massive strength.
And Sully, were you looking at it from the back? Were you pleased with how all those different groups came together?
Yes, the strength of our group is the collective, and that's not just us, that's including the NZA, so we're really proud of the build-up that we've had. They've been testing us in camps, but also really proud that we've been going through a dark place at the moment, just really working on grinding and pushing each other to the limits. It's been really, really tough, but I think that has paid off tonight. So it's really good to boost our confidence, but also knowing that we've still got more to build. But I'm really excited about what we've got as a group.
Like you touched on the collective there, but really in patches where you had certain players together, you really were quite dominant, and obviously working for each other.
Yes, for and with is really key for us, but also knowing that everyone brings their own strengths. And so I think it's really cool for the coaches, but also for us as players to know that everyone has a point of difference when they come on, and we know that there's different styles that we can play, and because knowing over at Commonwealth Games there's going to be very different styles, we know that we have a lot of plans in our back pocket, but also knowing that we can combine with whoever's on court.
So the trials were really disrupted by COVID and illness. How did it feel to actually get out there and have a real game again?
It's really surreal, but also feel really blessed to be here. We understand that in the bigger scheme of things, we're lucky to be playing. So really enjoyed getting out there. It's been a lot of emotions and probably a lot of tension coming into this game, knowing how strong both teams are, but really proud of what the collective effort we put out there as a team. I think that every player that came on, they showed what they've got in both teams, but really proud of us.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously there were players in that NZA team today who felt they probably should have been in your team. And did you know that you were going to get a real tough competition from them?
Definitely, and that's the nature of sport. There's always a small difference between who's in and who's out, and we know that for this moment of time, this is us, but it's not indefinite. So we're really proud that we were able to stand up to that tonight. And I, to be honest, I had a lot of fun out there. So looking forward to what we can do again tomorrow to back it up. What's good about this tournament is that you just got to get up for the next day. So we can enjoy tonight, but also we got to focus on our job tomorrow.
Did one interesting thing about that second quarter, when you probably didn't have any real senior leaders on the court at the time and you lost that quarter, is that a concern?
No, it wasn't a concern because as that quarter went on, players adjusted, and that was really pleasing. You could see they had time to think and time to adjust what was happening. And I think, a big part of our values is about leading yourself and knowing yourself. So under those situations, for us, to see that adjustment is a major bonus.
And were you pleased with the way that Grace has come back from you know, what was her very first injury, she put up a lot of shots in a half.
Yeah,
really.
look, she's really exciting. It's been awesome to have her come in, and she took on the challenge of meeting the targets that we set for her, and now she's reaping the benefits of that. And you know, who knows what's next for her. It's really exciting.
One more from me. In the next 2 games that you're going to play, you're going to play against completely different styles. That's what you want out of that. How do you adjust in 24 hours? I mean, this is something that you have to do at Commonwealth Games, but how do you do that?
I think, you know, Knowles is very big on us having a real solid foundation to how we play. And so that game plan and game strategy is really clear for everybody now, and there will be variations on that. So once you have your foundation of how you want to play, what you want to do with the game, what you want to set up, then that's when the kind of exciting bits happen after that. And you adjust to the men's style, you adjust to the mixed style, and that's what will happen in Commonwealth Games, as will back-to-back games. So as we go on, we're always looking at how people respond.